today. It's great to see you all. It's great I know most of you, which is wonderful. Just to let you know, we had a meeting a couple of weeks ago, which you would see on the Facebook page, us all sitting outside, the service team sitting outside in camp chairs at the front of our building at Anala. And we had discussions around what we think you people, our MND community, need to sort of assist you moving forward. So we came up with, like Miriam's team, you know, the handling. We talked about gadgets because I've had a couple of clients that have hurt themselves with handling as a carer. Gadgets with your hands, those sorts of things. We also came up with another topic of which I'm doing today, making yourself heard, which is something that I'm fairly passionate about. So if I get carried away, just I shouldn't do, but it's really letting you guys know that you have a voice, and through your voice we can make things change, or hopefully we can actually bring solutions for you all. So I've done a PowerPoint, but just bear with me. Rather than me lecturing, I'm going to be looking at the side. So I suppose I need to introduce myself, just in case you're not aware of who I am. So I'm Sandra. I'm an MND advisor and also support coordinator for MND Queensland. So that's the role that I play. The topics that I'll cover today is virtually the strategy of MND Queensland. So we'll sort of just bring it down to the topics that I'm wanting to discuss. What our role is as support coordination. Zoe's a support coordinator as well. And we also have Sharon, who's up in Townsville. She looks after Townsville, Cairns area. So there's 3 of us. We do advice and also training. So we'll discuss around that a little bit as well. Equipment. So obviously when you guys order equipment or organise equipment, what the process is with that. And the referral pathways that MND Queensland are currently involved in and will continue to be involved in, so people understand our clients and our community who have MND. And then we'll discuss what we were actually putting in place at the moment, understanding that we will grow that as our needs and our wants increase, so that we all have a voice. So making yourself heard is the topic for today, which is something, as I said, I'm really, really passionate about. And I think it's really important for all of us, or you guys particularly, to be heard and have your message actually understood. And that's by your allied health team, by, you know, the government bodies, etc. And really importantly is that you all have choice and control of what's actually happening within your worlds. So with MND Queensland, the mission that we have is to help reduce the impact of motor neurons disease on people living with MND, their families and their carers. And we do this by providing information, education and support. We try to raise awareness of MND and the impact it has. And we support the efforts to find a cause and a cure through research. For motor neurons disease, of which we know that there's quite a lot of research and trials that are happening currently. Part of my role and Zoe's role and Sharon's role is support coordination. Now I say it's part of our role because we do advice and also training. So support coordination's really an integral part between NDIS and my aged care. So therefore we help you and support you as far as getting the correct services. So listening to what your needs are, getting the correct services in place. We work with you about exercising, again, choice and control. Choice and control will come up quite a lot for me, to coordinate supports and access. We go ahead and we engage with the local communities depending on what your needs are. So therefore finding out exactly what you're wanting and matching you. I try to give you a couple of choices so that you can sort of make that ultimate decision yourself. We're involved in planning meetings with NDIS. We speak with NDIS regularly. We focus on the client's goals, which is really, really important with any funding at the moment, whether it be My Aged Care or NDIS. So goals and getting those goals right to start off with is very, very important. Hello, Fonzie. Sorry, that's Troy's dog. So yeah, we focus on all of that. So we work with the clients to resolve any issues or problems and find solutions. So again, it's really important that you speak with us so that we can actually find a solution, a favourable solution with everything that may arise. We work with clients to achieve and to work towards achieving your goals. As I've said again, the goals that you set for yourself at the beginning, which I know is a very daunting stage, but the goals that you set are so important. So therefore, when funding is reviewed, it's really important to keep those goals current to what your needs are, because the government will actually refer back to those goals and how we have actually achieved those goals. We develop an allied health team, which you would all know, that meets your needs. Again, I'll discuss that a little bit further. We liaise with health professionals, so we work in with the MND clinics. We also work in with other organisations to sort of support you guys. So, and I know, again, in the beginning particularly, it's extraordinarily daunting for everybody to get people into your home, and you know, it feels like you're sort of being inundated with people, but it's really important to get the people that are assisting you to understand what your needs are, and we work through from there. So it really is a team of people to support you through this journey. So yeah, I've got here with this, with putting a team together to support your needs and achieve your goals, which is really important. Now, I've been involved just recently with training, particularly training of carers. So in that training, we tend to talk a lot about the scientific and what motor neurons disease actually is, which gives them insight and knowledge to what you guys are experiencing, so that they go in with a bit of understanding. I suppose for me, it really drew to the forefront the importance of us telling them that MND is what has been diagnosed. However, you are all individuals, and as a carer coming into somebody's home, you need to be really respectful to the individual. You really need to be respectful to their privacy. So it was something that I tried to push forward to the carers, because I know a few of my clients have brought that up, because again, you have such a big team involved in looking after you guys. So it's really, really imperative, I think, that anyone we allow into your homes, or that you allow into your homes, are really aware that they need to do it with dignity, understand your needs. I've also got here, you know, there's some people that may want to have a chat. And if you're like me, I don't like having a chat if somebody's coming into my home doing work for me. So it's a case of letting them know that, because I know that some people, it's not productive. So again, it's having that voice to actually say, you know, all I need you to do is do this, get on and do that. If that doesn't happen, you let us know so we can have a conversation with them. So with the training, it was really important, and I actually stressed during that training that they need to actually talk to you as the people. You need to actually be respectful of your privacy. If you want to have a chat, that's fine, have a chat. If they don't want to have a chat, just get on and do your work. It's not there to be social. Some people quite like that, some people don't. So be really in tune with what you're actually wanting. So again, be heard. So you guys need to voice your opinion or voice how you're feeling. And to treat everyone with dignity and respect, which is really quite imperative to me. So yeah, so I did 2 trainings, and that was after all the scientific information about letting people know of MND and the causes and effects and all of that. But that's how I chose to close with that. So it's more letting you guys know. So hopefully that's the same message that you'd want to get across. With equipment, again, as we know, with people with MND, there's a lot of equipment that will need during your journey with MND to support you and help you, as we heard from Matt with his, voice banking, message banking, eye gaze. There's scooters, wheelchairs, depends on what your needs are. So we then will bring in allied health professionals to discuss all of that. I suppose my main point here is if that equipment is not what you ordered, what you trialed, please do not accept it. I've had a couple of clients of late who have actually accepted equipment and it's not been what they've ordered. So therefore, one gentleman particularly, it was a wheelchair. He trialed a wheelchair. It came to him. He accepted the wheelchair. It actually was starting to hurt his back, because he's quite a tall man. So now he was in a debate with the allied health professional to get the one that he'd actually trialled, which I got involved in. So my point here is saying, just don't accept it. If it's not what you wanted, just don't accept it and let us know. And we would go in and make sure that you get what you're actually paying for and what you've requested. I have another gentleman who, again, ordered a bed. The bed that came through was definitely not the one that he ordered. It was a kid's bed, which was very disappointing. So again, that's being rectified now. But he accepted the bed because obviously he wanted to be able to sleep because he'd been sleeping in a chair. So again, it's a case of don't accept things if they're not exactly what you're wanting. And I suppose I can't get that message across enough. So we're here to work with you, and we can talk to the allied health professional team about your wishes if you want us to. Definitely. It's just don't accept stuff if it's not what you're wanting. So yeah, I've got speak up or let us know so that we can actually, again, you have a right to get what you've actually ordered. So referral pathways as well, just so that you know, and a lot of my clients who are on at the moment, we've been working on the Gold Coast with getting referral pathways, particularly with service providers and allied health professionals. So we've actually been interviewing a lot with Stacey, myself, interviewing a few, just to make sure again that they understand MND and the needs of people with MND and have an appreciation for what you guys are actually going through and people within the MND community. So we're actually working with allied health. We're working with plan managers at the moment as well to get a quicker process in place because I know that that's an issue for a lot as well. So that is actually continuing. So I've got the work is in progress. Yeah, so if you're not satisfied with the service that you're actually receiving, please let us know, because that sort of feedback, then we'll do a change of course or we'll work out what a solution is for you. Or let them know, let them know if you're not happy. Let them know. I had a client the other day who somebody cleaned their sink, which was brand new, with steel wool. So it's actually marked their thing, which I was horrified about. So again, it's a case of finding a solution, letting them know, or not using that service again. Let us move forward. And our services have to fit with you. They have to fit with what you're wanting, and let us know what you want. And so we can actually try and match what your needs are. So just so that you know, there's a lot of conversations happening in the background just to make sure that people actually understand MND and understand the needs of our clients. And if we refer people to you, if that's not working out, let us know so that we can actually come in and, have those conversations. I'm very happy to do that. I suppose also for us, we're trying to engage with you guys across the community with these Zoom meetings. So now we have the carers meetings. I think they're monthly now, so we've pulled them out. We have these meetings every week. So it's really understanding what you're wanting to hear. So I suppose I'm putting it out there going, what would you like to, what are the guest speakers that you would like to have on? What would be things that would actually help you? We've tried to engage, and we will engage with the MND clinic and getting like Jenny, the nurse there, she was coming on board as well. So making these sessions useful for you to come in and sort of ask questions and again, find out what's actually available out in the community. So Matt Ernst was great. He's very knowledgeable in what he does. So just find out from you, again, letting us know who you'd like as guest speakers or what field you'd like somebody in as a guest speaker. Yeah, and what topics you'd actually like to cover during these, because it's valuable time that you're giving us and we really appreciate it. So it's a case of you tell us, we're sort of, you know, putting the OT, which is great with Miriam and Peter, putting things together, but it'd be great for you to tell us what you'd actually like. So that can actually help you. I had a client who would really like to just hear from other people who have MND about their journey and find out what's actually working for them. So again, I open that up so that you can tell us what you're actually wanting. As you're aware, we have the website, we do newsletters, we're saving these recordings so that you can refer back to. We know that some people have lots of appointments that are on and can't necessarily make them. However, I know that there's quite a few of my clients that do watch the recordings after they've been done. We've got some clients that are working, so they do watch it off a weekend and things. So it's really important, and it's a great thing, I think, for MND to have these recordings so you can actually refer back to them, particularly the ones with the OTs and the speech pathologists, so you can actually just see what's out there. We also have our Facebook page, which Jason from our marketing team puts a lot of things on there. There's a lot of information on there. We also have a closed Facebook page, which is really only for the MND community. So you have to ask a few questions before you can actually be accepted into that. So therefore, they're the spaces that we've established that you can chat with people and find out what's working for them and what's not working for them, etc. So yeah, I've got some strategies. We don't need to talk about strategies. I'm nearly to the end. Can I just share something with you? I went to a carers meeting a very long time ago before I started with MND Queensland, and a gentleman who was there, his wife had MND, and the most valuable thing that he said, which made us all laugh, but it was very important for anyone as a carer or anyone as a support person, or even yourselves, he says, if it ain't your dog, don't walk it. And it's something that I keep with me, my sister-in-law's kept with her. Yeah, a lot of people will tell you bits and pieces about their lives and people having MND. But the way that he put it is that he just, with dealing with everything, if it wasn't up to him or if it wasn't his responsibility, he just tried to move on. So I bring that up in a lot of conversations. If it's not to do with you particularly, just don't take it on board. So yeah, I just thought I'd put in there. And I say that to my sister-in-law quite a bit now. So if it ain't your dog, just don't walk it. I'm coming to the end. I probably spoke a bit too quickly then. My last comments is remember to allow yourself to laugh every day, because laughter is really, really very important for all of us, and there's always funny things in something. And we know that MND is difficult, and it's difficult at times for everyone. So the whole reason for putting this together was really just to say, you guys in the MND community, just let us know what you actually want us to present in the Zoom meetings. Let us know, you know, things that are working for you, things that aren't working for you. If equipment's not right, just let us know who you would like to actually speak in these meetings as well. So again, it's you have a voice. So let us know what your voice, what you're wanting. And I suppose the main thing is to let you guys know that through everything that MND Queensland are doing, you're actually being heard. It's really important that you know that you're being heard and that we're trying to make changes by talking to government every day, by discussing the issues and concerns and trying to get solutions for each of you. A client that I went and visited a couple of weeks ago, I asked her if I could get involved in a scenario that wasn't going anywhere. And she just turned around and says, oh, good, it'll be a complaint. And I just said to her, look, it's not about complaining, and it's definitely not, and that's not something that I do. It's actually trying to find a solution. So again, if there's anything that is an issue for you, it's really around finding a favourable solution, and let's just move forward with that. So I've got my email address, which is on the Facebook page. So if there's anything that you would like us to include on these Thursdays, any topics that you'd like to discuss, any concerns that you have, again, just let us know. Again, it's making yourself heard, I suppose, which is the topic that and for me, it's that you have a voice, and it's really important for us moving forward. So if you want to email me, that would be great. And I'll sort of collate it all and talk to Stacey, who's on holidays this week. And we'll see how we can go to meet your needs and try. And so I suppose I've just said at the end of it is take care of yourselves, which is really, really important. And thank you for your time. And hopefully it's been beneficial for me chatting on for the last half hour. But I suppose the main point is that let us know the things that you're wanting, and so we can make a difference for you.
Thank you, Sandra.
That's okay.
You are a champ.
Well, thank you. I'm very passionate about it, as I'm sure you all quite understand.
So just regarding if it ain't your dog, don't walk it, that obviously doesn't count for Troy's dog, because I'm very happy to do anything that Troy dogs need.
Fonzie likes me, actually, I think. Well, last time we were together, he did.
He was the highlight of my morning, Troy. And the bit where you made us all seasick swinging around your house with the computer.
Yes.
I'm going to unmute you guys now so that you can ask any questions of Sandra that you might, maybe you want me to, I can unmute some of you by the looks of things.
Yes, valid point. Miriam, our OT, has brought up, so just so that you know, we have our OTs, which is Miriam and Peter. We have our fundraising team, marketing team, our equipment team, and we also have our administration team as well. So there's a few of us. It's not a lot, it's not a big, so we're actually quite a tight-knit team. But we also, when you sign up with us, we have advocate forms, which Miriam's just brought up, which is great. So if, for example, you feel that you need somebody to go into bat for you, let us know. We would obviously need your permission to do that. But we do have advocacy forms that we could ask you to sign so that we can actually go in and bat for you. If you have signed, or if I'm your support coordinator, for example, there's a few of you that are on today that I will go in and bat for. So, you know that I have. So again, it's a case of knowing that that is available, and we're definitely happy to make your voice heard.
Anybody got any questions for Sandra?
I could say a couple of things, Sandra.
Yes.
Thanks for the talk. I liked the one a couple of weeks ago with the speech pathologist.
Mm.
That was very helpful with the ideas of equipment and recording your voice, etc. And yours has also been valuable. I find the contact with these Zoom things is very helpful, because you tend to feel a bit isolated.
Yeah.
I know you've got family and everything, and you know all the other allied health, but it's useful having these Zoom meetings, I think. So I'd love more of these. and perhaps more on equipment.
Yes.
I'm getting harder to get dressed. And my daughter, who I'm living with, has been doing some research into shirts that don't have buttons,
Yes.
you know, trousers that don't have zips,
Yes.
shoes that don't have shoelaces.
Yes.
And she's even found a device you put in your shower which will air dry you.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
You sit in the chair and it blows this sort of hurricane of hot air over you, like in a car wash, and it dries you.
I want one.
Yes. It wouldn't be good for me because my hair would go everywhere.
It's a bit like the Jetsons.
Yes.
Miriam, I know our OTs are doing another, and Miriam might add to this. Miriam's doing another
we're doing
conference about gadgets.
Yeah, we're doing a talk in a few weeks' time about gadgets. We call them go-go gadgets, but we were trying to keep them under the $500 mark, that kind of gadgets. But yeah, there is this day and age, there is something for everything. And yeah, true enough, there is a device that you can have mounted on the wall that will air blow you dry. So that's where technology is getting to these days. But there is, yeah, something for everything these days. And we're lucky to have the internet and Google searches and be able to ask people to do that research for us. And just to say too, without giving away all the information on the talk that we're about to present in a few weeks' time, that there's also a company that works with retired engineers and building project managers and stuff, that if something isn't commercially available, they actually will invent something for you. And we work very closely with the OTs there and the engineers and things to develop customised items that aren't commercially available. And so that's called Technical Aids for the Disabled, and they're a great bunch of volunteers.
I was reading about a gadget the other day, which is of no relevance to any of the people here at the moment, but unless perhaps you wanted to use it in reverse. And it's a thing if you've got poor use of your hands to help you get your bra on.
Yeah, yep.
And I can't imagine how that works.
Yeah, and there's sock aids to get your socks on independently. There's 5 different types of bottom wipers. It's amazing because obviously these are not isolated cases. People have experienced these problems for many, 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 many years, and then some ingenious people have created these and commercially sell them. So we get to benefit from them nowadays, and so we're quite lucky in that respect. So in a couple of weeks we'll talk about some of these aids. There's obviously more expensive ones that, you know, people's funding may allow for. Things like door automation to allow people to, you know, press a button and their doors just beautifully swing open, and things like that, which is really useful if you're in a wheelchair. Yeah, so it can get quite complex, but we'll hopefully give you an insight into some of these gadgets. Peter has a bit of information about Ability Housing, I think it's called, which is a great website that allows you to go room to room and look at different ways that they've made this house friendly, you know, through universal design. But I think the main thing is never to be overwhelmed by a health professional that's giving you information, to realise that they are normal people. And yes, sometimes they forget that they are normal people and they talk beyond themselves. And I think, and what, you know, Sandra was trying to say with having a voice is that if there's something you want to get out there, make sure that your carer or yourself or an advocate or your support coordinator or person can get that heard for you, because otherwise sometimes health professionals do go running with what they think is best for you and may not be best for you at the time, or it might not be what you want. So we have to be very clear.
Yeah, definitely. And that's one of the points, is that you really need to, again, talk through somebody if you need to, or just let them know that you're not happy with certain, particularly around equipment. I'm finding that's quite a bit. So, yeah. But yeah, yes. And that's the joy of having these meetings, is just, and the whole reason for today was just to sit down and say, you know, you have a voice, and just let us know.
And people have great strategies too, don't they, Sandra? And so that's why it's important to share them. So you may have had a strategy that's worked for you guys in dealing with these situations, and so that's why it's so important to share that with everyone else.
Yeah. And thank you, Peter. The Zoom meetings were something that's come about because of COVID-19, because you used to have only a quarterly meeting, particularly down here on the coast, I think throughout Queensland. So it's something that we will continue to do, because I do think that it's really beneficial, as you said, just to connect you guys together, just to sort of say hi and touch base, and also hopefully ask questions or ask anything of us, or even to talk amongst yourselves for that connection. I think that the Zoom meetings will continue, and it's great that you guys find the time to come on board. So yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Anything else from anyone?
Yeah, I've got a quick question for Sandra.
Yes.
You mentioned that you do a lot of communication on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook, so is there an alternate? Like, my wife's got it and she'll tell me stuff that's going on if she gets onto it, but I don't know whether everybody else is on Facebook, but is that the norm, or is it?
Afraid so.
Well, we can send you newsletter. The newsletters are very informative too, Ray. So
Yeah,
do you get our newsletters?
I tend to rely on the email system more. And
Okay.
yeah, Stacey's been sending me ongoing emails and stuff when it comes forward. So I'm just wondering whether anybody else is in the same situation.
Yeah, that's a good point. So maybe we need to look at another way of getting the information out to you as well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Just keep in mind that Donald Trump is running half the world only on Twitter.
Oh dear.
Yes. So hopefully you found it beneficial today. I suppose the whole point of the is just to highlight that, just let us know what you're wanting, if there's any issues, so that we can sort of take it forward. So is there anything else that I can help you with?
I'll be looking forward to that gadgets meeting, see what's upcoming in that area.
Yeah, definitely. Because
Oh,
even
the
I
pressure is
know,
on. The pressure is on.
it definitely
Better be good, Miriam.
It's tricky in a Zoom to present these things to you.
But even as far as like a cup or knives and forks, those sorts of things, you know, finding out what's actually out there and what's
that's what we're doing.
worked.
Yeah. We'll start small and then we'll go as if we've won the lotto, hey?
Yes.
When is yours, Miriam?
It's coming up. Good question. I'm getting the date right now. I think it is on the 23rd of July.
2 weeks from now.
So I think we're trying to do every 2 weeks have like guest speakers or us having a chat, or so it's really every second week, because I know the second week after the 23rd that Zoe will be talking as well. So yeah, just let us know what you want.
I'm just going to do a stand-up routine.
I love it. I love it.
Yes. I was actually going to ask Sam at one stage of sending us through the hotted up scooter photo that he had, and I was going to add it to the presentation just to show people to remember to laugh.
Yeah.
All right.
You talking about my scooter?
The photo that you sent me a long time ago with the scooter that had exhaust pipes all over it.
Yeah, we'll put that in, give everyone a laugh. It's worth it. Like you say, you gotta laugh these days,
Definitely.
otherwise you cry. It's like when you said, if it's not your dog, don't walk it.
Yeah.
Now, I used to walk 3 of them, and now when I try and walk them, they take me for a drag. So I'd come back, hop in the chair, and I'd drag them.
Should get a sled.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
very groovy. It's very groovy.
Yeah.
It's a mechanical masterpiece, I think, that scooter. Anyway.
I saw a wheelchair with gun racks on it the other day.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
So you
Yeah.
can just take it off the back to sort the
Send me
foxes out on the
one,
farm.
Sam. Send me a photo.
Yeah,
Like,
it looked great. It looked like a tank. It was all camouflage paint as well and gun racks. It was excellent.
yeah, that would be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll try and send you a few other photos. It's good to make people laugh.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Send them to me for my stand-up routine.
Okay.
Okay. I'll do a slideshow and won't talk. That'll be better.
Definitely.
All good.
Anybody else, or we'll finish up and we can all go and have a cup of tea.
So for me, thank you very much for spending the time, and hopefully, yeah, if you've got any